Well, here I am again, building another sweet ride. At Metal Art Customs, make classics beautiful again. Making YouTube videos for all to see. I'm doing what I love. Check out my friends' channels in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment. Another sweet ride. At Metal Art Customs, make classics beautiful again. Making YouTube videos for all to see. I'm doing what I love. Check out my friends' channels in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment. Here I am again, building another sweet ride. At Metal Art Customs, make classics beautiful again. Making YouTube videos for all to see. I'm doing what I love. Check out my friends' channels in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Good afternoon, everybody. This morning I did brakes on my daughter's car, and I've been back and forth. I ain't really messed with this today. I'm sitting here looking at it, and I wanted to test. I went to drop my distributor in, and it catches right here, so I'm gonna move this motor forward just a little bit, or engine, which is the correct term. A motor is electric. It is a habit, but I'm gonna move this engine forward about an inch, which will give me still plenty of room up here. Looking at the motor mounts, let me bring you around here. If I can get my light turned on here. If you see the motor mounts there, I think I'm just going to run these. I'm going to run a post down in between, solid mount right there. And it'll do the same thing on the other side. I think I should be just fine. Looking at it here, this double wall, I don't have enough clearance. So I'm thinking I'm gonna taper this back with a little thicker material, this like 20 gauge. I'm going to taper this back and in, give me a little more clearance on the sides. Let's see. I need to put my angle finder on the frame rail, find out where it's at. You know, it's got flat tires. And then I need to match this to the frame rails. Your carburetor flange should be level with the car. Reason being, this is tipped forward, the engine's tipped back. If this is level, the oil will run to the back of the motor, and that's what you want. That's where your oil pickup is. So once I get the motor slid forward and the front mounts tacked in place, I'll jack this up, get it set at the right angle, and then make transmission cross member. I honestly don't have it in me today. I don't feel like it. It's cold, it's snowing, and yeah. I might go ahead and try to get the motor moved forward so I can get an idea on that. I was going to do the same thing I did on 10 cents. I know, well, it might be on that table up there. I was hunting for those bushings that I used, and I thought I had a couple left over from when I did that. But I looked on my cart where I thought they were, and they're not there. So it might be on that table up there. If I can, then I'll have the rubber bushings. Otherwise, it's going to be solid mount. For a burnout car, you don't matter anyways. But I do plan on driving it on the road here and there. So, you know, the more I think about it, I want to go up there and look. I might have it up there. If not, I might have something else that'll work. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna run up there and check that table real quick, because I did move that up from setting down here. It was in my way. Let me go look at that, and I don't know, I might get the forklift over here and get this moved forward again, get it where I want it. That way I know what to make. Well, guys, I found one of them. Do I need it that long? Three inches. What I'm thinking, I know you guys are gonna think you're out of your mind, but what I'm thinking is I take those upper mounts off that's bolted to the engine. I make a new plate out of 1/4 inch plate with the 3 bolt holes that'll bolt on there. Take a piece of round bar, that's welded to that plate, come down to the inside of the frame in there. If I cut this right in the middle and weld that round bar to this, okay, it'll be just like this right here, only, you know, half the thickness. And then off the frame, have 2 plates come up with the bolt go through. That'll give me, I mean, it is suspension parts. This is left over from a 4-link that I had modified years ago. Now, I thought I had another one the same as this, but I don't. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm thinking if I just bring a tube down to this, weld it on, it'll be able to unbolt from the block, and this will be down beside the frame. So I pull this bolt and lift it up and out, and then I won't have no perches or anything up above to hinder going in and out. It'll be down in between the frame rails, and there ain't nothing there for it to, you know, nothing for it to hit. It's not a lot of cushion, but I don't want a lot of cushion. I don't want that motor to be able to move. It's got the sleeve for the bolt to go through. I really wanted to do it a different way. Really wanted to do it a different way, but with only having one, hey, I'm tired, guys. The roads are completely covered now. Like I said, on this whole build, it's going to be a budget build. I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible. You know, do it like anybody can get into this type of excursion, you know. Find you a cheap car that, you know, don't mean nothing to you. And it don't have to. The only reason I'm using that motor is because I already got it. I don't have anything in that motor. The vehicle that was in, I traded off and made good money on it and kept the motor and tranny, so that just doubled up my profit there. So everything I've done to it so far, I don't have anything in. Well, the tubing, which I gotta find out what the bill is on that, even if it's $100 for that stick of tubing. Okay, so I got $100 in it. Yeah, I'm trying to do this to where when I'm done with it, I have next to nothing in the car. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to try my hardest to put on a show for everybody, just to prove it can be done. I've already proven a lot of stuff that can be done. I mean, I got a 350 in this tiny little car. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any work today. I'm lazy. I'm tired. And tomorrow I got stuff going on all day, so I won't be here. So I'm not going to work on this at all this weekend, I guess. But this is part of it. You know, I got to figure out what I need, what to do, how to do, where to do, do-de-do. Whoop-de-doo. Can't forget the whoop-de-doo. Alright, so there's my plan for the front engine mounts. The rear, I ain't worried about it. The transmission mount is brand new and it's bolted on the transmission. All I gotta do is take a piece across to bolt it to. Transmission, I ain't worried about at all. Now, let me move you over here. Now, as far as the exhaust goes, I don't know how tight they can bend the tubing, which I got to get a measurement and find out what size tubing that is. It's probably 1 3/4 inches, I'd say. But it would have to come in and then curve back to get the exhaust to go underneath. I really won't know that until I get the motor mounted in place. And then I guess just play it by ear. I might have a bunch of splices with bent tubing and then position it just the way I want it and then go back. I think because it ain't overlapping by much, not even a half a pipe on either side. So I should be able to take that pipe, curve in and down, and then go back. The radiator, this panel and this panel unbolt. If I take and trim this off, the old radiator mount, I can get a radiator that wide and that tall and I should have plenty of cooling. I can still run a full fan. I can build a shroud so it makes sure it pulls it through the radiator. I don't really want to put an electric fan on there. I don't want to do the relay thing. I want to do it quick, simple, easy. I've got, take these two panels out, I've got 2.5 foot of flow going into it. I don't think I'll have an issue with that. I might have an issue with the bottom radiator hose, because I'm gonna have to come down and under here somehow to get the bottom radiator hose. And I might just do a steel pipe with rubber ends, hose ends, I guess you'd say. That stuff's no big deal. The steering, that's going to be tricky. Yeah, that's going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to have a stub up top for the wheel, and then put a U-joint, come down along the side, a U-joint here, over, and then a U-joint back in. Now, this is not going to be drove on the road a whole lot, but I still want it safe. I got to watch my angles with the U-joints. If you don't know about a U-joint, the sharper you bend it, the more you change the revolution. So, got to really watch on that. And if I move the motor forward like I planned, it's going to be about here. I still have plenty of room, so I can work on that. The master cylinder, I'm not going to use this master cylinder. It's a stupid design. It's backwards from a regular master cylinder, so when you push it, it's actually pulling the plunger instead of pushing the plunger. I will get a single pot. No, I'll go ahead and put a dual pot master cylinder on there. I'll still run rear brakes for when I have it on the road. I just have a valve that I shut off for the burnout contest. So, motor mounts, got a plan. Tranny mount, I got a plan. Radiator, I got most of the plan. It's just the lower hose. I'll have to figure something out with that. The upper hose won't be a problem. come out of this, come straight over to it. Once I get the engine transmission mounted, then I can start building my tunnel and firewall, and then start figuring out my throttle cable. As for the rear end, I've got a 2000 something Firebird 12-bolt posi, disc brake rear. I gotta get some 16-inch steel wheels that fit, get them bolted on, and then get some measurements, because I'm gonna have to have that rear end cut down. And Adam at Grease Spot Garage knows somebody that can do that for me. Get it cut down, and then I've got a 4-link rear suspension setup that I bought many years ago for a project. I'll do a 4-link, and then I'll probably do like coilovers or something to that nature on the rear. I haven't got that far yet, which that I'll have to buy. I don't know how much they are, but I'll end up having to buy that, I'll bet. I don't want to run these springs, because then I'm going to get wheel hop and all that. You don't want that. And I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve for the rear, for the burnout contest, that is. And then when I want it on the road, change it up. So you'll have to stay tuned for that one. As far as the wiring goes, the only thing that was cut I won't need, because I'm not running an external solenoid. I had to modify that anyways to go down to the starter and all this stuff. Honestly, I should be able to still have everything this car came factory with. And this wire here, I don't know what it goes to, but it looks rough. I'll have to look at that. I think that looks like the windshield wipers, that kind of stuff. I don't care about wipers. I don't need them. I won't need that box up there. Yeah, so the wiring I ain't too concerned with. Now, I showed the hood on it. I showed the hood on it with the engine in it, and I set the carburetor on here. It will clear, but I wouldn't be able to have enough room for a breather. So I'm gonna have to modify the hood. I just don't want it to look gaudy. I want it to look like it should have been like that. So I'm gonna have to play around with that. Let's see. The seats are right there. I'm gonna have to do brackets, which they was bolted to the floor, and yeah, they sat really low. I felt like I was trying to look over the dash anyway, so they'll get mounted up here to where it's comfortable. Yeah. And I noticed that's rusted, so I'm gonna have to do something with that. I gotta replace both front floor pans, build that firewall in, back, and then into the tunnel. You see, right here's the tubing right there's the exhaust. It's kind of angled in anyway, so it shouldn't be that bad to come in, down, and back. I might come in, down, and then come out to the side. I've got a set of side pipes up there that I could run on the side of this. I really don't know if I want to do that. I'd have to cut them down because this car's short. Yeah. I really don't know what else to say, what else I need to plan. I guess that'll just come as it comes. As far as the hood goes, I might just reskin it, because all it is, you know, pull that skin off and do something in the middle to belly it more. We'll see. I don't know. I know this ain't the members video you wanted to see on it, but this is all part of it. I told you I'm going to show you everything I can with it, how I come about everything, and getting it done. So, yeah. I'm hoping this week, between this car and that car, that's going to take up my work day, and I'm hoping at least an hour a day I can work on this. So I'll probably compile the videos, and at the end of the week put up a longer video. I really need to get the motor mounts done first. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Let's see if I make a plate to bolt on right there, and then the pedestal solid off of that down to the frame, and that's on the frame. I think it'll be just fine. I don't know, who knows? I might just cut a hole and put a breather sticking up through the hood. I don't know. I really wanted to keep it looking factory, but I don't know. I really don't want to spend that much time redoing the hood either. I don't know. All right, guys. I got to get my daughter to work here in a few minutes. And I'm going to walk you up here and show you outside. And show you what I'm looking at. Because it's not very fun. They're saying 1 inch an hour until tomorrow at 3 p.m. Right now it's 234. 234. So 1 inch an hour, we could have over 2 foot of snow out there, because it looks like we got about 1 inch now. Yeah, that would be fun. Good thing I got a Hummer with 35-inch tires on it. I ain't driving my Silverado in it. I don't want the salt all over it. Like that short I put up the other day, them out there washing the slush off and then driving in it again. No, I ain't doing that. I don't want salt all over my decent vehicles. Our 13 Ram don't have a spot of rust on it. I ain't doing it. If I ain't got something else that I ain't as worried about to drive, then I don't drive. I'll stay home. Snow don't scare me. I love driving in it, but I don't want my vehicles ate up with salt either. Remember, I am in the salt belt. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. Yeah, I'm gonna brainstorm when I get home and draw up my plans and get a game plan, because if I work on it 1 hour a day and I've got a game plan, that 1 hour could save me hours. So if I draw it all up, I'll know what I'm doing. Oh, that's another thing. I don't remember if I said it. I'm gonna widen this up, taper it back to give more clearance for my plugs and be able to get in here and stuff like that. I'll just have to, you know, build the firewall and footwell to fit. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Till the next one, have a blessed day.
You don't know the feeling when the paint goes on. After all